No, it's not recording. Hello and welcome to Team Tango's presentation. I'm William Sutton, and we're jumping right into scenario 1. He's logging in as a guest, and he searches by features. Now he wants 1 bedroom, 1 bath, with a few amenities. He's able to choose from a few amenities from the list and find properties that fit the mold. He presses Q to quit the search, and he finds 3 properties that fit the parameters he laid. He selects walk to campus since it says it's close to school, which is what he's looking for. Now this has all the property details with the amenities. It has a pool. It has 1 bedroom, 1 bath like he wanted, and also the price. Now he wants to apply, so he presses Y to select yes. Now as he's logged in as a guest, he must create an account. So this logs him in and helps him create a new account so that he can actually fulfill the lease and apply for this apartment. Now moving on to scenario 2. This is slightly different as this is a leaser creating an account. Now the leaser is picking a username, entering their first and last name and password and email as if they were any other user. However, they have different options, and now they are listing a property up so that people can apply. This name is Live SC, and it's a 1 bedroom, 1 bath with the address of 400 Abe Street with the zip code. Now he puts this short description that would pop up if you were to search for it in the database, and as well as the monthly price and other details, such as utilities, bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, and if the apartment comes furnished. Now, this is the amenities that the property will have, and this allows him to add multiple so that whenever in the database someone is looking for specific amenities, multiple can pop up. Now, this is a series of booleans to figure out whether it's a condo, co-ed, leased as a group, etc. And now he's listed the 1 bedroom, 1 bath. He repeats this process for the 2 bedroom, 1 bath, as well as the 2 bedroom, 2 bath. You'll see these pop up later in scenario 3 when searching for apartments.
So in this scenario, he's making a user with username, first name, last name, his email address, and an incredibly secure password. So then he selects that he wants to search houses, or rather see all. Looks at the houses for a bit, decides he wants to learn more about river housing, sees it doesn't have enough bedrooms, and so he doesn't want to apply for it. Then he looks at the houses again, he sees Live SC has 2 bedrooms, that's enough, that's what he wants. So he learns more about it, sees it has the right number of bedrooms, and has 2 bathrooms, which is a plus. And then he says he wants to apply for it, says 2 tenants will be signing on, and he enters his name and the name of the other tenant. Ooh, it's his girlfriend, that's saucy. And then it shows him the lease agreement. And then he signs it. And that's that.
So this mangled mess of code is our project. This has changed very much from when we first started this. Our original UML pretty much just had housing, house, dormitory, apartment, and then these 3 and the reviews. We did not have any of the singletons you see here. We did not have the interface with the backend, and we didn't have any of this JSON stuff planned out ahead of time. Which was okay. I think we learned as we went, and it turned out pretty well. So there's a lot of arrows here. Each of the databases using the data writer, the back end using each of the databases as well as the user classes, or the user methods, the interface using all of the databases and everything. There really is just a lot of connections. Most of our code interacts with most of our other code. We tried not to have any kind of waste of information or waste of methods. So user and registered users, they have the bulk of the methods that are used. Well, and Lisa for making the houses. They have the bulk of it. Everything else just kind of accesses them. So if we go into the code here, we are going to run through one scenario. So all we do is when we call main, we get the instance of each of the singletons to make sure that they're each running, and each of those singletons, when it's called, loads the data from the JSON file, which looks like a mess. It's just this long string of text along the top. It didn't section into different lines or different tabs or anything like that. So it's all just kind of this long sticky text stuck together, but it works. So I'm not complaining. That's just kind of how the data writer decided to put it. So if we wanted to, we'll say let's log in as KW Walker. This is the biggest problem in our code. We don't have the password automatically cover itself. Oh yes, that was right. So as a registered user, we have a lot of options, as you can see here. This is the list of options that are printed out, and each of them call their own method. And then more options, just as a kind of follow-up. So if we wanted to search only houses, we're going to enter 3 and do that, and then it just prints out the short string. We decided to do something pretty clever, I think, which was having a short string and a long string for each type of housing. So the short string would just print out the name, the location, the description, the general information that you see at the front. And then if we wanted to, we could check out Curtis housing, which would then print out the long string with all of the information, the price, the number of beds and baths, and then it lists all of the amenities as well, and the reviews if they're there. So this was done by these methods here, the get all house, get all apartments. And I am proud of how we got these working too, because I think this is pretty clever. I went the wrong. Oh yeah, this is within user. This is pretty clever how we ended up doing this. So get all houses. It takes a array of housings and runs housing database.get housing, and it takes in a 2. So if we go to housing database, what we did was we created one method to read the houses and return them, and that is this get housing. It takes in a variable, and then if it's a 0, it returns all of the houses. If it's a 1, it returns only the dormitories. If it's a 2, it returns only the houses. I think this is a really clever way of avoiding writing 4 different methods for each type of housing here. I wish that we could have gotten it better than each of these being their own method too, but I think we got it working well, because this get housing can't print it out because that's used elsewhere, so we had to get it all printed out within each of their own methods here. So yeah, if we, this bit right here, if we wanted to see more housing options, that is done within more options, which just prints out after it lists the different houses that fit the input, and it prints out the long string, and then it asks if you would like to apply. So let's apply to this. Just one tenant will be signing on, Kurt Walker. Then it prints out this, which is just done through the lease class. All it does is prints a lot of stuff, adds in the variables so that it gets today's date. It gets the name of the leaser and the tenant, and then it goes down here and it writes it to a file. So when I close out of this, the lease is going to be pop up in a file right here. So let's do that. We're going to digitally sign, and boom. And when we exit the program, you should see a lease.txt pop up right there. And yeah. So this definitely has taken a journey. It's changed a lot, but I think we did good. Yeah, I'm proud of how this turned out. The group did a lot of work together, and I'm really happy with it.